saw my brothers and sisters getting pocket money, and I was too young for that because you only get it when you're in high school. So I started to sell lavender, egg warmers, and cress to my neighborhood. I loved it when people are satisfied to my products, but I really think that a lot of people just bought those things because they couldn't say no to an 8-year-old boy with a basket in his hand. When I was 12 years old, I washed my mom's car, and then I realized why I had to do it, because no one wants to clean cars, except me. I saw the market niche, and then I started to build up a database where I wrote down information. And where do the younger generation go when you want to look up something? Right, YouTube. I built up that database, and then the business kicked off. To test how well I can clean cars, I experimented with my cousin's car. My first real order was to clean 3 Porsches. My mom and dad were a little bit scared because they thought I can ruin the paint or the leather seats of the expensive car. But I succeed so well that the customer said to my parents that it isn't such a good business idea because the cars are so clean that they don't need me for another year. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Lorenz Weber, and I'm a Generation Z entrepreneur. So with 12 years, I have learned how to handle with customers in person, how to manage a website, how to write formal emails, how to calculate on Excel, and how to go swimming with my friends so I can clean cars. Who of you have cleaned a car? Have you made a business out of it? Well, I did, and this little difference makes me an entrepreneur. But I don't just call myself an entrepreneur because I recognize a market niche or a business model. But I took various factors, such as risk, and invested hundreds of euros into cleaning supplies. And I reduced having fun with my friends, because I was aware of my responsibility towards my customers. A business person has to accept 2 types of risk. First, the personal risk that some people may joke about him, and the financial risk that he will lose his money. So I had to accept that maybe some people perceived me as a joke and that my investment into cleaning materials could be for nothing. But to be an entrepreneur, you also have to have the courage to make big decisions. Some people got bigger decisions to make and some small ones. For me, a big decision was definitely after 1.5 years in high school, I switched from a sports school into a business school to pursue my path into entrepreneurship. I have also learned to forgo other things like going on parties, being part of silly jokes that could ruin my reputation, and to coming out of my comfort zone. You may ask yourself, why isn't he just enjoying his teenage time? What is his motivation? Well, money is nice, but money isn't forever. So learnings are. So I don't clean cars with the main goal to earn money. I clean cars to earn learnings. If I would lead low clean just for money, I wouldn't stand here and tell you my lessons and my story. I probably would clean cars because instead of preparing this talk and spending a day at this event, I could clean cars and make money. I like money because when you get money, you can spend it straight away, and then you got something in your hand you can feel you can do something with that. But money is not my main goal to lead low clean. Learnings are different. When you learn something out of a failure, you only can use this lesson in the right moment. When you got new information out of a book, you can use that information at this learning straight away, but you can use it again and again. So the difference between learnings and money is that learnings are forever. Money isn't. And as you know, knowledge has the highest dividend. And you can get it by reading books, through discussions with other entrepreneurs. And the best one is by listening to TED Talks. I want to tell you my learnings and my experiences, which I believe will give you the highest dividend. Always deliver more than expected. I really like it to have direct contact with my customers because lately I started to have the 10-star customer experience. That means after I cleaned a car, I put small presents like a chewing gum or an ice scraper into the car after I cleaned it, because who doesn't like to get presents? But the 10-star customer experience got another factor that's just wonderful. Every time a customer takes a chewing gum or uses the ice scraper, he thinks how clean the car was when he got this present. So those presents are reanimating my customers. Invest your money. Something I learned when I was 12 years old is to make good research. Research you need everywhere, also by investing and saving your money from the rising inflation. Because of the same reason why I wanted to start early with entrepreneurship was to start early with investing. There are 3 reasons why you should start as early as possible with investing. The earlier you start, the more you can learn and the better you can get. The earlier you start, the higher your compound interest is. And the compound interest is the interest that you get on your invested money. So, and accorded by a study, your invested money will increase 8% every year. So your compound interest will rise every year. The inflation rate in Austria is nowadays by 5%. It's the highest inflation since 1984. So your money on your bank will melt 5% every year. But keep in mind, I clean cars, and I'm not a financial advisor. Know your customers' wishes. When I was in the lower grade, I learned how to deal with customers in person. And I learned that they always want it right now. They don't want it in a month, they want it right now. Because when they wrote me an email and asked, hey, can I get my car cleaned from you? They want it now. Because if they would want it in a month, they would write you then. Use your network. I didn't know how to write a formal email, so my brother helped me out. My brother helps me out in every kind of situation if I don't know how to go further. And I will never forget when I had my 13th birthday and he gave me my first website as a present. Last summer, I had the chance to work in the Post Garage, a co-working space in Dornbirn. There I started my second project. I want to create perfect Google My Businesses for local shops. Google My Business you see almost every day, because when you Google a shop or a cafe, it gives you the information about opening hours, location, and how the cafe looks from the outside, and even how many visitors there are while a specific time. While developing this idea, I realized that it starts with the exactly same steps as the car cleaning service. And I wanted to give you those 5 steps to start your next project. Well, when I started my car cleaning service, I started with cleaning my mom's car. And then the idea was born. That was already step 1, finding an idea. Then I went to my PC and Googled how many car cleaners are in Vorarlberg. There are quite a few, but until then, you always had to drive to a cleaning house and then wait until the car is clean. And I definitely want to change that. And that was already step 2, analyzing the market. I definitely want to make the time and effort for people so small as possible. So I created a service where I am going to the customer's place and not the customer to my place. After I had the idea to make my service unique, I started to make a big data bank of information I got from YouTube to get the best car cleaner. That was almost the last step, developing your product or service, that you are the best in your business sector. The last, but definitely not the least step is developing a marketing strategy. Until now, I basically run LowClean as a customer recommendation business. And I took videos and photos everywhere I went and cleaned cars. So I posted them on Instagram. And in the winter season, when my hands were freezing, I started to sell vouchers for, as example, Christmas presents, so I can clean the cars in spring. But for you, it is so important that you make a good marketing strategy, because only in this way you can get leads. And because I don't want any one of you fail at the first step, here are some business ideas which you can start tomorrow. Cleaning windows, sweeping and caring for front and backyards, cleaning service where you weekly pick up clothes and returning them back clean. So, find or take one of these ideas, analyze the market, think about a thing that will make your offer unique, develop your product or service, and figure out how you can make, market, and sell it. And the most important step is go and do it. Because if I can do it, you can do it too. What are you waiting for? Learn how entrepreneurship works, gain experiences, and get your business done. Thank you.